One second, folks. Ugh. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. We are going back to that horrible world known as the JRC. But before we do the usual disclaimers, if you are unfamiliar with the Stop the Shocks campaign or the campaign against the troubled teen industry, you're going to find all the pertinent links right there in the description box. Please, in particular, take note of the article written by NeuroClastic, a small non for profit started by autistics for autistics. In it, they interviewed over 900 ABA professionals in regards to the JRC's so called behavior modification program. The Judge Rotenberg Educational Center doesn't want you to read that article so much. They threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit. They did not remove it from the website. NeuroClastic refused, so you know the drill. Please read the article. Share it on all your social media. Also included in there is NeuroClastic's public statement in regards to the defamation lawsuit threat, as well as a link to their GoFundMe. We are crowdfunding just in case the JRC actually does see through with their threat. Trigger warning 1: when we discuss places like the Judge Roteberg Educational Center and Agape Boarding School for Boys, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with mental health issues and disabled people being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please make sure to use the headphones, all right? Trigger warning 2: this channel is marked not for kids for a reason. We use profanity on occasion and speak on dark subjects. If your child is 16 and younger and they're watching this, very obviously, parental supervision is advised. All right, where we left off. Even if the risks could be limited to a very small subpopulation, this would not alter the FDA's determinations that the risks are substantial and unreasonable. Thank you. You could use it on one dude, and that does not change the level of risk. The level of risk is not dependent upon how many people are at risk to be considered substantial. It is the effect of the potential harm that could be come out of using a device like that that does determine level of risk. They are 100% correct. This is because, as discussed in the comments regarding effects, effectiveness has not been established in any population of patients exhibiting SIB or AB. What we consider effective, those of us who work in the field and are sane, what we call effectiveness is when you have a form of treatment or a program that you are going through, it's working, right? Not just once, not just twice, but repeatedly working. That's what's considered effective. If you remove that device from those kids, those behaviors would return, which means it is not effective because it does not change that behavior throughout the lifespan. It stops it for all of 5 minutes. Okay? You're literally at that point torturing someone just to do it. Because if there's no long term effects, how is this supposed to help that kid in the long run? It doesn't. It's torture for torture's sake at that point. Further, as discussed in the comments regarding the state of the art positive behavioral approaches, sometimes alongside pharmacotherapy, have generally been successful even in the most difficult cases. Again, correct. To sit there and try and bald face lie and say anything different is mind boggling to me. But the feds keep buying it. in spite of how insane it sounds. The fact of the matter is, we can prove with the data that even those of the quote unquote most severe can benefit from programs that do not include violence. I mean, that should be a no brainer to anyone, but here we are. However small this patient population may be, these vulnerable individuals, like all individuals, are entitled to the public health protections provided in the FD&C Act. In other words, it doesn't matter how few people are on that device. Even that population deserves protection. Period. And the data from what we have seen over the last several decades shows it's infinitely more successful when aversives means are not introduced. I'd go a step further and would say it does even better when you don't go through with the mind fuckery that is ABA, which is its own minefield. And hopefully we'll get to delve in depth one day. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and close out. We don't get very many views on this channel. The few we do get tend to get removed from time to time. So you know the drill, folks. Please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the comments. I appreciate your time. And as always, folks, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye, everyone.